It is camping day. We are loading up. You want to see our adventures? Stay tuned. Good morning, everybody. It is camping day. We are loading up and heading out today. It's still a crazy morning. We had wanted to get out early, like around 8. And of course, it is 10:15, and we haven't even loaded up the last of the stuff we need to load up. The good thing is we're not in a hurry. We're not on a timeline. We don't have to be somewhere by a certain time. It's just always nice to leave earlier, just because of how hot it is outside. So it is 10:15. I have been fasting for a little over 13 hours. Not 16, but considering I ate so late yesterday, I am gonna break my fast. I'm gonna drink my coffee with my collagen this morning. To be honest, I'm not sure if the intermittent fasting is gonna work for either one of us, Caesar or myself, while we're on the road, because it's hard to plan meals, or we're going to be getting up early to drive, and I can't really stop the camper at 10 o'clock when we're en route somewhere to make a cup of coffee or pick something up at the gas station or something. So I'm going to play it by ear. I'm not going to stress about it. If I'm able to intermittent fast, then wonderful. If not, no big deal. All right, so this morning did not start off the way that we were hoping or expecting. I did not get to eat breakfast this morning. I did not get to really eat lunch. It is 2:30. We had expected to be on the road already by like 10, so we're falling way behind schedule today with everything that needed to be done. We had a late start this morning. So I had some nuts. I had a couple of naked chicken wings from yesterday, and then I had my coffee. So I don't even know if I'm going to be tracking today. This is already starting off bad. I've left my scale at home, so I had to borrow my sister's scale. She let me take it on the trip for this entire time, so I'll have a different scale. So who knows the accuracy of all of this, but we are ready to hit the road. We have a very long drive ahead of us, and we packed snacks. I have boiled eggs, some turkey slices, cheese sticks. We have some nuts, some cheese crisps, and lots of waters. I'm not sure what else we have, but the plan is to not stop until we hook up for the evening and maybe make dinner or something. I'm not sure. Our plans are kind of all over the place today, so we may not have plans. That's why it's an adventure, right? This is a journey and an adventure. The good news is, with all this activity that I've been having this morning, my steps are already at 7,551, and my move ring is almost entirely closed. So I've got a few minutes on exercise. Let me see. I've got 10 minutes on exercise because I had to drop something off somewhere, and this building was really big, and by the time that I went from one side to the other and back and got lost and turned around, I got all those steps in. It still only read 10 minutes of exercise, but so that's good. At least, if I'm going to be on the road sitting for so long, I at least have 7,500 so far, so not too bad. I should have showed you the freezer and fridge. I tried to pack everything into our freezer, and I couldn't get it all to fit. I was shoving it in there and squeezing bags of veggies in every crevice, and I still had like a bunch of stuff on the outside waiting to go in. So Caesar, he's really good at packing. He took everything out, reorganized it, and it all fits somehow. So thankfully, but now if we open it, probably everything is gonna fall out. We have it so packed up. We only have this little tiny fridge. We have a fridge outside, but it's not connected. And the freezer we have is only the little tiny freezer in that little small refrigerator inside our camper. So trying to pack meats and frozen veggies and stuff like that we can have on the road took up a lot of space. But the good thing is, hopefully we won't have to go grocery shopping for at least a week, maybe 2, if we can squeeze out milk and butter and cheeses and eggs and those kind of necessities. But yeah. Good morning. It is our first official day camping while on keto. It has been a journey so far, and it's only not even 12 hours in. The struggle is real, y'all. So yesterday we were in the car for 7 hours. We stopped twice to gas up, go to the restroom. The kids, we got waters and they got slushies or something. And the dog went and did his business, when we stopped at these times. But for the most part, we didn't stop for lunch. We didn't stop for dinner. We just kind of snacked. And when your snacks are limited to certain types, it kind of, you don't have a huge variety. So Caesar and I snacked on, like I was saying, boiled eggs. We did have those turkey deli slices that I bought, the cheese sticks, nuts, and that's pretty much it. So that's what we grazed on. Oh, and I did have those chicken wings yesterday. I had about 3 chicken wings. Full disclosure and confession, y'all, I didn't keep it 100% clean. We brought a huge bottle of store-bought ranch, and without even thinking, I heated up the chicken wings, put them in a paper bowl, squirted some ranch, and whiffed those down about 2:30 because I hadn't had breakfast or lunch at that point. I was starving, but I was like, I'm just going to heat up these wings that we had left over and see where that takes me, and then kind of decide if there's anything else I want to pull out from the RV and eat before we hook up, close it all up, hook up, and leave. So we did the wings, and that was it for me. And then we got in the car and we started the drive and just munched on snacks. The nuts filled me up. I did bring a little guacamole snack pack, and I had that around 7:30, 8 o'clock. So we were grazing on good things, but we were grazing, and it wasn't really a hard end. I think maybe around 8:30 was my last thing that I had put in my mouth. So granted, it is 9 a.m. now. I'm about to take my first sip of my collagen coffee with MCT oil. It hasn't been, well, I guess it's been about 12 hours since my last meal, but not 16. I needed my coffee this morning. I guess I could have gone without it. The plan today is to go to a friend's restaurant in Abilene. Caesar has a friend who opened a barbecue restaurant in Abilene, and we were going to pop in and have lunch there. They open at 11, so I could have probably fasted all morning, but I'm so hungry right now, and I'm sure it's because we grazed all day. I didn't even hit my macros yesterday. I think I only had about 1,000 calories. I'll put in the info here, but for some reason I'm hungry, and normally when I overeat or if I eat too late is when I wake up hungry. So I'm thinking that's what happened, is grazing all the way until 8:30 last night probably made me hungry this morning. So anyway, the good thing is we're going to a barbecue restaurant, and if I stay away from the barbecue sauces and their sides and just basically do carnivore with some pickles and onions, eat some brisket or ribs or sausage, then it's not 100% clean because I don't know the ingredients in all of those, but it is, the best I can do right now. I'm trying not to be hard on myself because I'm a stickler for following things through in a certain way. And so when I veer off unexpectedly, I think it pisses myself off at me because it's you can do better than this, can't you? Do you have to eat at this restaurant? So I kind of second guess my decisions, but at the same time, we're on a trip. I don't want to be difficult. I want us to have a good time, and I could still stay on plan without inconveniencing everybody and saying, well, okay, fine, I'll go to the restaurant, but not eat. Or, I'll eat before we leave and then won't enjoy certain things. So, it's yes, I want to lose weight, but I also want to live life at the same time. So I'm trying to do it in harmony. My sister's scale. So so I borrowed my sister's scale because I forgot my scale at home yesterday, which makes it very difficult to weigh in every week as this challenge is, and as I was promised to do. But she just very graciously gave me her scale for the trip, and I need to say, when we are in the RV, it's not 100% level. Sometimes it's off either front to back or side to side. He does do a leveler, but last night we found a pretty level spot. He put the stabilizers on, and we didn't really check it. As long as it wasn't like on a hill in this really lopsided way, we were going to be okay. I weighed myself this morning right out of the shower, undressed, and this is our new goal, or not, our new baseline, I should say. So on her scale in the RV, which I don't know if it's 100% accurate, is 200.8. So I'm back at 200, but I have not weighed myself fully clothed outside. I don't even know if I will have a level. Oh, there's concrete under this picnic table. So I can put the scale out here, pretty level, fully clothed, and then weigh myself again and see if that number, how off it is. And then I'll write that down, and that's going to be my day one of camping weight. And then we'll see how much I lose by the end of camping, because that'll at least gauge the pounds lost during this adventure. And then when I get home and get to my scale and put it in the same place I've been doing it, and the same time I've been weighing myself every day, then we'll go back and see, where I am at the end of this. But the goal is to still be losing weight. Like, I don't plan on stalling. I don't plan on gaining. So I still want to track as best as I can and keep to plan. So it's a little nerve-wracking, but I can do it. Brought my collagen though, and my MCT oil. So let me show you this place. It's pretty pretty. It's pretty pretty. It's really pretty. So that's what we're working with, that huge RV. So, and then of course his truck. So we've got a big load that we are pulling throughout these states on this road trip. So last night we got here at 11. I haven't been sleeping the best lately, and I think that's not helping weight loss either, but hopefully being out in this beautiful scenery out here will, lower the stress levels. I did buy the blood pressure cuff, and I will put my blood pressure reading this morning. I measured my blood pressure before I had coffee and before my medicines kicked in for my blood pressure. So I'm gonna try and do that every morning so I can kind of track it and make sure that it's not excessively high. So my doctor wants me to do that. I'm not sure. I think maybe because she either needs to change my medication, put me on a higher medication if I still have high blood pressure with blood pressure medication. And right now that's seemingly the case. Look at this beautiful place. So I will say the hardest part about camping and being on keto is the meal planning and meal prepping isn't as easy as when you're just at home. When you're at home, you've got everything in your fridge, in your freezer, your cabinets, your pantry. You know the ingredients of everything. You can plan it. Like, that's what I had been doing, especially all of last week, was I had a menu. This is what I was eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when we're out here, it's just such a, we've got food in our fridge and freezer, but knowing when we're going to stop, knowing when we're going to eat, it makes it difficult to plan, because even if we did have a plan and say, hey, we're going to have this tonight, something comes up, maybe we aren't able to stop. Like, we didn't stop yesterday for dinner. So when we were trying to decide, are we going to stop, we're going to eat dinner, we're going to make dinner, I was like, well, I didn't take anything out. I'm not sure what I had thought for dinner. I didn't even think ahead. We were literally just trying to pack up and head out. So trying to think about, should I defrost something during this 7-hour drive so we can have it and have dinner somewhere, then so we could eat. I didn't even think about that. So today we're going to have the barbecue at lunch. And even then, I'm not sure what to get. I'm normally, my go-to at barbecue places is brisket or ribs, if they don't, slather barbecue sauce all over it. And I always like to taste the sausage everywhere. Sorry, that sounded bad. But anyway, I like to try the sausages at different barbecue places. And this one, though, I think has jalapeno cheddar. I'm not a big jalapeno person, so I may skip the sausage this time, just have the brisket. And then for dinner, like, we've got sausages in our fridge. We've got chicken mozzarella meatballs that I picked up at Sam's, and we also have hamburger meat. I think about 2 pounds of hamburger meat. So we could throw something together. We just don't have it planned just yet. I do want to get a lot of that stuff out of my freezer, though, so that way we could have more room. All right, so this is what the freezer looks like currently. Packed to capacity. All the veggies, frozen veggies and meats are in there. The fridge is packed to capacity as well. PB&Js for the kids, cheese, guacamole, eggs and bacon, more cheese, almond milk, heavy cream. Oh yeah, you've got the... But one of the things that I do want to make coming up is I bought a huge bag of zucchini, frozen zucchini noodles at Sam's, and I've got those chicken mozzarella meatballs, and I even brought, I think, a half a jar of rouse. I grabbed what was in my fridge, what was left over. So I could do something like that. I could just do without the rouse and have it with like olive oil and Parmesan cheese. So that's an option as well. I'm not sure if we'll do that tonight. I don't know. Caesar was saying, well, what if we eat so much at lunch, we probably don't even want dinner. And so that's the case too. It's like, well, we have options. Let's just play it by ear. So this whole trip is going to be a lot of playing it by ear and hope that I stay on track and continue to lose weight. But I still am going to try and get my activity in. Right now, since it's the morning, I haven't really started it, and holding this camera makes it hard for me to get some exercise steps in. So I'll probably do a little bit of that. I'm going to pull out the scale. I'm going to go stand on it and see how that reads fully clothed on pavement outside, and then write both of those weights down and do that as a new normal. But the adventure is beginning, guys. The adventure is beginning, and it's beautiful so far. 203.8 with clothes and shoes outside. Ugh, I don't like this scale.